Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ian from MaddenSchool.com, and in today's tip, we're going to be going over one way we use to just absolutely destroy cover 3 defenses deep. So this is different than a lot of the normal cover 3 beaters that we've went over in our earlier ebooks or some of our earlier tips, but it's still really effective. So we're in the New England Patriots offensive playbook. The formation is gun, wing, flex, weak. The play is red zone, HB, scissors. Now there's a couple things that make this play a little bit better. You want to make sure you're on the left hash mark. You want your fastest, best receiver here in this Y or triangle position. And then what I like to do is put this tight end number 1 on a delayed fade, double team this outsidemost guy on the right, and then put tight end number 2, the bigger circle guy, on a flat route. What that does is it's going to suck the cornerback who's responsible for the deep right third up a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, which will allow our Y or triangle receiver to get behind him. Now, we just need to buy a little bit of time, maybe roll out, make this angle better, and then kind of just loft it over that cornerback's head. And you can see we get right behind him. Now, that throw wasn't all that great. Usually you can kind of catch it and run and get even more yards. So buy a little bit of time, kind of loft it over his head. Now, if they have a truly elite, like world-class cornerback with abilities over there, it can be a little bit tighter than this. But for the most part, this route's going to be open if you see cover 3. The other thing I want you to notice, this running backs route, incredibly really effective. Especially if you have like a backfield master or something like that, which gives them a little better route running, as well as this bigger circle receiver's flat route. So what's going to end up happening is if your opponent sets his zone drops to like 5 yards, this running back's route's going to get open. If he sets his zone depths to like 15 or 20 to try to stop this route here, then this little 5-yard route is going to turn into 8 or 12 yards pretty easily. It's not something I can really show you that well in practice mode, but in a game, you're really going to notice that one of these two guys, either the second tight end or the running back, is going to be open. There's a little bit of a touch involved in this, so you kind of have to loft it a little bit over his head, but not too much. Take it into practice mode yourself. Try it out a little bit. You'll get the hang of it real quick. Now you can kind of do whatever you want with this X or square receiver, so if you want, you can put him on a drag or kind of a fade. You can see if you do put him on the fade, that gets that deep safety out of there a little bit, so that can help you. But the route that he's on does sometimes occupy the user's vision. Like he'll try to act like he's going to cover this wire triangle receiver, and then he'll pull off to try to cover this receiver, and that's when you throw that wire triangle receiver. So I like to leave him on the route he's on, just because the safety, even though it's an elite safety back there with superstar abilities, he's still not going to be able to get over there in time. So we don't really need to put this X or square receiver on that fade route. And then remember, you can always release your tight end if like you're trying to buy some time. You can release him there. And that should work against most zone coverages. It won't work against man. But if your opponent is taking like a yellow zone and just running all the way across the field to cover this guy, then just release the tight end and he should be pretty wide open. One final time, setup, make sure you're on the left hash mark, put your number 1 tight end on a delayed fade, double team the outsidemost rusher on the right, and then put your B or circle second tight end here on a flat route. Roll out a little bit to the right and just kind of loft it over this cornerback's head. You can rack catch it and take it into the end zone. So thanks for watching today's tip. Until next time, take care.